Another wonderful day here. Oh, look at all of those dinosaurs and also prehistoric mammals that we have to add on in, including this guy. I don't know who Snake Neck Guy is, but I like the cut of his jib. I also love the beautiful frills we have on the back of this very lovely dinosaur. I don't know which one this one is either, or this one. Oh, hello. What's going on here, Mr. Stiller? Museum Pandemonium. Bones don't have nerves, but do you? Hey there! Our museum is a bit low on exhibits. I was wondering if you could give us some remains of dinosaurs when they die. We could just polish up the bones and pretend that the skeleton is really old. Sure, it's dishonest, but why dig things up when we have real deal available? Okay, I kind of understand that, but at the same time, no. Shoo. Ooh, oh my gosh, I forgot I made these hybrids. I don't even know how to pronounce this. It looks like if I sneezed, I could probably pronounce it. The Criss-Cross, which is actually a hybrid mix of the, the Cryrostenotes, and then also this lovely like yellow guy or orange guy that I have over here, the Oranthomenus, which of course, as you guys know, rather than subject myself to the torment that is being called out for the fact that I have difficulty pronouncing these things, we are simply going to give them our own nicknames. So the little Ornies. I love them. They're orange, and apparently I only have one? Huh. Well, don't worry, we can fix that. I'm pretty sure we can fix that. Oh, we can fix that because I have been having, like, dinosaurs being mixed into CRISPR. Oh, my word. All right, well, we've got quite a bit to do. But hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome back to Amber Island, where we no longer have bored Microraptors, but I am side-eyeing them and wondering if we should have as many as we do. And we are getting ready to go ahead and find a few more dinosaurs. I am very eager. Very, very eager, actually, to go ahead and find our way over to the laboratory zoo because I very much want to be mixing all of the animal genes, not just the dinosaur genes, as amazing as they could be. Also, prehistoric mammals. I see you down there. Almost. I see you down there, woolly mammoths. I see you. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten. Prehistoric mammals. I see you. All right. But I do want to be mixing all of those genes, but I really do love the idea of being able to discover at least a couple more of our amazing animals, including the giant sloth who could resist that. And then this guy. Aw, little little tans. Oh, I'm gonna call them tansies because that sounds kind of adorable. But little tansies! I've legitimately never heard of this dinosaur. So it would be very fun to see what that long neck is up to. And also, I'm not sure if I've collected all of the trees yet. That's priority number one for me, you know. I want to make sure that we have at least all of the trees, not to mention some of the many amazing shops and other things that you can only find here inside of the Dinosaur Amber Island Research Center. And sure enough, we do have more trees. I knew it. Everyone loves a good tree indeed. Let's see. So we could get the volcanic prehistoric tree. Back before trees, you know, had leaves or blossoms or any of the things that many of our variants do now. We could also get this beautiful fountain pack, which would be really nice. Ooh, and we have some really cute bins, which always seems a little odd to say, but these ones kind of look like plants, so they count. And I love how they have this crystal healing shop. Produce crystallized ancient dung, which absorbs negative energy and cosmic vibrations. When placed under the bed, it's said to absorb your nightmares. You could probably find that on Etsy, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you probably could. Oh dear. But we have that. We also, ooh, a nice Flora Nature pack with fossils in it. Oh, that looks so amazing. And I forgot that we do have more lamps. Lamps that look like lava. I had to get the lava lamp. We were literally just working on a lava-esque area. How could I not get a literal lava lamp? Like, where did it go? Where's my lava lamp? Hey now. Is it like lava lamp? Is it in here with my ice trees? Maybe I need to look again. Like, oh my gosh. Also, why on earth? Hello? Why have our paras bred, oh my gosh, so much? What is your fertility? 29%? Like, you guys have extremely good odds. You're winning a genetic lottery if I left you alone long enough. Survival of the fittest, my foot. There it is! The lava lamp! It looks so cool. It looks so cool. I have to build something like this in zoo crafting. How do I not have a lava lamp in zoo crafting yet? Where are my notes? Where are my notes? All right, I'm constantly adding like little ideas, but I love that cross-pollinating, crisscross applesaucing, hybridizing all of the ideas from our different series. Oh, that is one of the things I actually love most about what we do, not gonna lie. All right, so let's see, lava lamp in ZC. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I am slightly concerned it involves actual lava. Might want to be careful, but we'll, ooh, and we can make the aquarium arches, I think. I can already hear the sounds of the little fish dying as they hit the blocks. And then coming back, and instead of finding a bunch of fish in my aquarium arch, I'm gonna find a bunch of like raw fish, but we'll do what we can. All right, so let's see. We now have the amazing lava lamps. We do want to go ahead and create a new home. Let's go for, let's see. Let's actually make a new home for this guy first, the little tansies, because I think they need like a marshy habitat though. I could see a marshy habitat kind of being over here next to the beets. So we'll give them a little bit of the beet area, and we'll just assume that, you know, the big volcanic area transitions into more of a wetlands sort of zone. Maybe not easily. Yeah, there we go. Maybe not easily, but I could see that happening. All right, and then let's get a subway over here. Oh wow, we have a lot of subways to unlock too. See, it's just, and oh man, okay, like, all right, I'm gonna admit it, maybe a jungle subway doesn't like match with this, but we've got to do what we've got to do until I can unlock a subway that might be like, I don't know, a lava cave. Oh my gosh, look at these guys. Okay, like, I'm glad that they're doing more digging, but this is just, okay, look, let's go ahead and stare at the obscene number of paras for just a second, because this just has me way too curious, way too confused. Well, not really confused, just curious. How do you say again? Let's see. Okay, actually, I don't even think I can look them up because I don't know how to spell their name, and now they are gone. They have just disappeared until they show up. All right, never mind. I won't look anything up about them right now. Fine, I actually will do the work that I'm supposed to do. But all right, friends, so let's go ahead and I don't know what I'm doing with all of these paras because, like we discussed last time, I'm not exactly releasing them to the wild, but we do need a little bit more room over here. So we'll keep Bruno, female, oh my gosh, that's funny. So we'll keep Birdie, and we'll keep Faith, both of them being male paras. And lately I've just, Kelly, why not? And then Wayne, the female para, why not? Oh, Jade and Smokey and Sweetie Pie, and Sweetie. I wonder if Sweetie and Sweetie Pie are related. Wouldn't that be a fun way to do some names for a little bit now? Kind of like we used to do in our niche adventures, because it would be Banana Na for his child, like, and then Banana Na for his grandchild, and so it could be Sweetie Pie, Sweetie Pie, Sweetie Pie. Would you eventually get Pie squared? Sweetie Pie squared. Why is that such an adorable name? Sweetie Pie squared. All right, I have to write it down. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. But Sweetie Pie squared is just, it's such a perfect science name. That's like when we realized we could name, we came up with this really cool name. It was like Echo Pixel Insert, something like that. Don't worry about it. You guys just have really cool names sometimes that pop, well, often. You have really cool names all the time. that pop up now and then in our laboratory adventures. We'll put some lights over here. Maybe put another light over here. And then we'll add in, ooh, my fancy new tree! I forgot about our fancy new tree and how much I love it. And then we'll start adding in a few more spots. Because, like I said, we're going to be here for a little bit while we figure out what trees we want to go ahead and enjoy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. And then maybe we'll make like a nice, a nice big jungle zone so that we can bring on in the other of the dinosaurs that we have. And I'm not sure if the guys with the really cool like back spines would actually try to eat the giant sloth or vice versa, though I doubt it. So we might want to come over and we'll grab our giant ground sloth first because I love the giant ground sloth. We have a big fossil of one on display at the North Carolina Natural History Museum. And every time I see it, I just fall more in love with them. It's huge. It's just so big. And when I look at it and I think about how it used to use those big gigantic claws to pull branches down so it could nibble on them. And when I think about, oh, I know I'm coming for you too. Hang on, you guys. And when I think about just how fascinating it must have been to be able to see it just move through the jungles and forests that it lived in. Like, I want to see how did they raise their young? How did they figure out if one giant sloth liked another giant sloth enough to try to like mix DNA? Somehow, for some unknown reason, probably because I'm a silly Seri, the giant sloth is indeed one of those creatures that gives me the sort of rush that many people seem to get from like looking at T-Rex bones. I don't know why, maybe because it likes leaves? Do I feel some sort of kinship? Uncertain. All right, let's put in a few water basins. Interesting to note, we do have a couple more naturalistic water basins we could go ahead and unlock. I think I'm gonna make this one look sort of like a rocky area. Again, I've just fallen in love with this mock waterhole way of decorating lately. How do let's come on over. And we'll make a little marshy area. That's actually pretty nice. I like this. And I figured out if you are worried about your keepers getting stuck in random corners and basically the entire world flashing red at you until you fix it so that the keeper can reach one tiny little pile of poop, the solution is to cover so many spaces with plants and other things, if you wanted to, you know, bother with other things than plants, that actually there's no room for the poop to go down. Which sounds ridiculous, but it's true. And then you don't have to worry about it and you can just like keep decorating, which I really love. And you don't have to kind of shove all of your decorations into one corner. So there's a little sneak peek hint tip from your you know, resident Seri, encouraging an invasive amount of plants in every exhibit as always. Let's see. Do I want a big old mangrove tree? Yes, but it won't fit. What about this one? Yes, hello! And then we'll put down, there we go. So we should have some water for these guys now. Let's make sure they have a little bit of enrichment. Probably a leaf pile? I mean, I imagine that's what a gigantic long-necked herbivore in a marsh might want, is probably plenty of leaves to go ahead and play with. We could put a car tire in. I don't think it needs a perch because I think you get to a certain size and weight where like falling would be really dangerous. Like, I don't think it's safe for an elephant to fall. I have to think. I'm actually going to give that a little bit of a thought because maybe it isn't safe for an elephant to like fall. And I wonder if that makes them a bit more cautious when it comes to walking in certain areas. Because like if an elephant falling, kind of like a horse doesn't want to be on the ground if it can help it. Like there's just sort of that instinctive sense, like a cat doesn't want to be on its side if it's worried about something. I don't think that something as large as whatever the heck it is that's coming towards us would appreciate the risk of falling down. So we will not give them some perches. We could give them a scratching. I mean, I guess everybody loves a good scritchy. Like, there's probably few creatures in this world who wouldn't appreciate the ability for good scritchy. I could give them a perch. I know it wouldn't actually hurt them, not here. Not in our special pixel biology zoo, but I guess a cardboard box. Oh my gosh, can you imagine the size of a cardboard box to fit like a brontosaurus? What would I have to order from Amazon to get a box big enough to have a brontosaurus hide in it? That is the question of the day. All right, and then we will go ahead and put down a few of the marshy decorations. Like some leafy ferns would be good, but mossy rocks? Yeah, mossy rocks, I could totally see that working. Except I'm kind of curious, so we have vine trees. Oh, I love these corkscrew plants. They're just so cool looking. And then we've got the large ferns. And then we've got research points for the other trees. I knew there was a reason that I had this little voice in the back of my head going, tree, look at the tree, Seri. It's so that we could go ahead and select a few of the other new trees. And we've got the prehistoric one. We've got this one, and we've got, well, they're all prehistoric. And then do we have, oh my gosh, we have more down here. There's trees everywhere that I haven't collected yet. This is, okay, we're gonna grab this one. We're gonna grab this one, and I think, yeah, we're gonna need at least 6 points for the next ones. Carry on, Otto. We need to make sure we have plenty of leaves. I mean, have you seen the size of some of these animals? All right, we've got teeny little ferns, but who's our newbie? All right, new tree on the block. Oh! It's so cool looking! What? Horsetail tree? Horsetail tree? Like, what? It looks like a gigantic cedium from the succulent family. Horsetail tree, prehistoric. Like, tell me about this. When horsetail ruled, oh my gosh. Prehistoric giant horsetails? Excuse me? Also called the Scourging Rush? Oh geez, okay, well this is an actual university, like, okay. I can't see the font, it's so small. I will get back to you on the ancient horsetail tree, because I'm gonna need to go and sit down and actually like carefully read through that. There's not exactly the short wiki. Oh, they're here! Little glance that I thought we were going to have. Ooh, and absolutely the prehistoric ferns. Come on, they're just so perfect. They're so beautiful and perfect. And then we also have the small ferns to go ahead and sprinkle on in. I don't think the horsetail trees might be, like, I don't know if they were marsh, like, plants, but we'll put a couple down just for fun. And then we will fill in every little corner of this area that we can, so that hopefully we won't have the keepers screaming at us about like, oh, and here's one of the cycad trees. Oh, okay. I think maybe not of that species. Ooh, there's a lit clay rock. Why is that so exciting? Oh my gosh. But with the cycads, I don't think, it may be a similar, if not the same family. Oh, there's so many trees to unlock. I'm so happy. But there is a very, very rare fern tree-esque plant that Chips and I actually saw when we went to Hawaii, and it is the last of its kind in the entire world. And we went on a bird tour that, unbeknownst to us, most people have to sign up for this tour, this very exclusive tour, like a year in advance, and we just called like 2 days before, and I was just, I didn't think that many people would be interested in bird tours because we had literally just gotten into birding. Boy, was I wrong. Was I ever wrong? Everybody on the tour was like at least 70, which was totally fine. But some of them apparently ran into each other on the regular, like traveling the world to look at cool birds, which I think sounds like life goals personally. But they had almost without like exception signed up for this bird tour like a year to 2 years in advance. And Chips and I just showed up like 2 days before, and somebody hadn't been able to make it, so we had an empty spot and everyone was just in awe. I remember being really confused about why the woman who was giving us the tour information was just kind of like, I can't believe it. We do have an opening. I was like, yeah, I mean, you get bird tours, right? Like there should be a spot for people to go and see them. But anyway, this was a really exclusive rare tour, and we didn't realize that until after we got on it. We saw a bird species in some of the last remaining old growth forest. Like, that might be a strong phrase, but it is the last remaining chunk of like native forest, basically, on the big island of Hawaii. And while we were there, the giant sloth! Okay, we need to take care of it too. I'll be back, little long neck sneak thingies. Hang in there, giant sloth. I'm sorry. I got distracted. But while we were there, we were able to go ahead and actually see not only a species of bird that only has 7 at the time, I think it's less now, unfortunately, known individuals to still exist in the entire world, but we also got to see a tree that looked very similar to this tree that was the only one of its entire species. It was a relation of prehistoric ferns in the entire world. And it was a little bit off the path, and they have fence upon fence to protect it from the invasive species like the pigs that people brought for hunting that destroy everything. And apparently the university spends a lot of time collecting as many seedlings as it can to try to propagate it so that it doesn't just disappear forever. And oh, that was that was an amazing trip, if you can't tell. And I am so grateful that we literally accidentally just kind of bumbled our way into it. And I really hope that I can take the time to go back and learn the name of some of those plants so that I can report to you guys with a little bit more accuracy about what those trees were and why they were so amazing and like what they look like. Oh, it's just, it was a reminder of also how weird it was, because it's like the last one in the whole world, right? So you think that there'd be big signs, you think there'd be a lot of fuss about it, but most of the people there, understandably to some extent, just kind of were like, oh cool, and kept going because we were there to see birds, so I get it. But upon reflection, like, whenever we think about like something that's the last of its kind, we tend to assume that everyone will treat it with some degree of reverence or excitement. And when the reality is that like it only holds attention of some people for like a couple minutes, it gives you a little bit more insight into how difficult it can be to rally attention when there's something where it's like, no guys, do you understand? Millions and millions and millions of years of evolution, and it's the only one left. Could we maybe, try to go ahead and get some control on this invasive species population we got here? It's interesting, and it makes me wonder, like, what could we do to try to get people to kind of get a little bit more excited, right? And I think it begins with being excited yourself and just really leaning hard into the fact that if you think a gigantic old fern tree that is the last of its kind in the entire world is amazing, then shout it to the high heavens like I just did, and maybe over time that'll build up and have an effect. So there is my random Seri segue. I didn't expect to have that many emotions about like a fern tree, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. It's me. And we'll go ahead and give our giant sloths some piles of leaves to go and play in. And I just remembered we have a few other species to go ahead and snag. So let's actually see if this Longisquama, that's such a cute little name. Oh, can you go in here? Oh my gosh, it can. Can you go in here? Oh my gosh, it can. I'm gonna let him bunk with the giant sloths, because I'm sure that they were separated by absolutely millions and millions and millions of years of evolution, but they're gonna be friends in our zoo. That's just the way it works, because I don't want to build another jungle exhibit. But alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. If you guys would like to join us on this and literally thousands more, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna do it. I truly don't. I'm gonna release you in just a moment out to the high seas of the internet, and we may never find each other again. But just know I'll be thinking of you, and I hope that you will forever be stuck thinking about fern trees. Because maybe that'll do something good in the world in the future. Maybe it'll help. Alright, enough of silliness. Stay curious, everyone, and I will hopefully see you all next time. Bye-bye!